I'm gonna stick with that. I think that they have built a wonderful composition in here. The problem I have with Fut Esports lineup is that there's just too damage leaning, and they don't have many ways to really make it a problem for the Uranus as well as the Glue. And when I said damage leaning, they went in for glass cannon builds like Harley, the Paquito in the EXP, and the Brody, right? So of course they're not like literally pushovers, like they cannot be easily taken out, but at the same time they're not the tankiest of all the heroes, right? So it means that this Melissa will have a field day later on, but they did design it in a way that they have a dive against the Melissa. If they are able to find an angle, this Harley, the Paquito, and the Brody can actually be able to defeat the Melissa if they found the opening.
Just pop it fast enough before she could even get the go away off. Welcome to game number 2 of Bushido Wildcats versus Fut Esports. Let's see if they'll be able to make it work and finally execute better than Fut has. So far in the EXP lane, it looks like Xe has Kuntepper's number and this Paquito Uranus matchup for now. The last time we saw a Glue and a Uranus earlier today, of course, with the Melissa. It helped the Melissa get so much space. Controlling the river, our Bloods fed Psyche and Kazue against Kirai, Numb, and Nexus. I think we can decide or clearly see how this game is going to go, depending on how Bushido will be able to execute Turtle number 1 with their composition. Oh! Okay. Very nice arrow there. Okay, Kirai.
Doubts erased. Officially. Okay, Kirai. You may enter the group chat right now. But kidding aside, that was an important arrow, and if you think about it, it's linear arrow. I mean, it's like an expected arrow, but I feel like Psyche got magnetized into that kind of angle where he thinks that it will be it will be an off-angle arrow, but it turns out it's just straight up basic angle for an arrow that he ended up getting magnetized into.
Xe and Kazue have really good angles here. Kuntepper finds Kazue. Xe with a burst will not be able to fully land the combo, but Nexus gets taken out as Psyche decided to join the fight and burst him down. No more jungler here for Bushido. And there it is, our question yet again about the execution of Bushido Wildcats as Fut Esports are making this turtle fight and post-turtle fight look easy. Though they did get to minimize their losses, they can still build through that. Fut Esports have a small lead.
Back-to-back games, Fut Esports are able to take out the jungler of Bushido Wildcats, to take out the Nolan, in fact. And this time, they didn't have to zone him out. They actually took him out under the turtle. Because they, at least Nexus, felt like they wanted to, that they really have to get in front of the turtle to take it with the retribution, that it will be a retribution battle. It ended up Fut Esports turning into him, or turning on to him, and they were able to take him out easily. Bushido Wildcats' early lead with that first blood now erased. Fut Esports have willed their way back into the game.
It's surprising too that it came from the fact that Bushido Wildcats just found themselves in that position because of their own rotation when they rotated together as a team in mid to get control in the mid. Not that I'm judging that, but they weren't able to completely mark Xe, who now found a good angle in the back. Sunshine almost getting taken out there by a torn apart memory. And it's those little things and little things in MLBB and pretty much every MOBA title eventually compound into way bigger results and outcomes. And them not being able to check that bush where Xe was, they were able to check the bush where Kazue was. But once they found the good angle for Nexus, Xe didn't completely land the combo, but Nexus ended up dashing into the turtle pit, into the hands of Psyche, into a kill for Fut.
They want to make a move down in the bottom lane, but already the Uranus receiving so much, actually forced to pop that flicker. Goes back into the fight. Of course, being able to tank it through. Now the turtle commences. No deadly magic for now for Kazue.
looking really good here. Bushido Wildcats, Nexus, running out of time here. Oh, they go already commit the ultimate, the Wrath of the Dryad from Blotsfed. Fut Esports might have pulled their trigger onto this team fight a little bit early, but Nexus is still alive. But that's okay for Fut, because with the Roamer and the XP laner down, there is no way Nexus, Sunshine, and Kirai can contest this by themselves. Just better execution there in the end for Fut. And even though Bushido Wildcats made it look like Fut Esports was scrambling for a little bit, it was they themselves who didn't know which angle they could take so that they could turn it around. The missile arrow is gonna land. That might be a start of something, but it only takes half the health of XC down.
And we'll talk about a disastrous jump coming out from Numb. Activates the ult onto Blotsfed. Almost a free flicker for this Beleric, who eventually pops the Wrath of the Dryad in that fight to catch two of the members of Bushido Wildcats. Granted, they're two tanky heroes, but up against 5 members of Fut Esports with the Brody in that second turtle, they ended up just giving 2 extra kills for Fut Esports. Unfortunately, I feel like that ultimate coming out from Numb ended up being a bad play for Bushido Wildcats.
It's like a, hey guys, I pulled back the Beleric. Oh no, I'm sorry everyone. Free movement for the Beleric. And now they're gonna be able to find Contemper. No catch, no turnaround at all. They're gonna try to threaten this purple buff away from Nexus. He left it way too early, but he still got it. Could have ended so badly for Nexus, but he was forced to pop his retribution just so he could secure his own purple buff.
Kazue wanted to go for exchange, will not get anything. But this means that Bushido Wildcats will not be able to defend their top lane, their tier 1 top. That will be a free kill. RX actually did not even hit because they wanted to get a kill up top. Uranus able to get out. There is the expanding rivers boost as they can position themselves around the turtle once again. It's the 3rd turtle. It seems like Fut Esports have a good enough foothold off.
Right there, down in the orange buff. Kazue's already taking it. Because of the quick little pokes from Psyche, they're not going to be able to get the information in time. Steals it away, Bushido. Their map has shrunk even more so early on. Not even past the 20k gold mark. Another ultimate from Blotsfed. The Wrath of the Dryad is perfect, and Psyche brings down the recalls. Again, it just feels like one more time, Fut showing just how much better they are than Bushido Wildcats.
Turtle will be slain, and the bottom lane getting pushed by RX. RT's being pressured right now. They're gonna cut the waves for now. They wanted to take full advantage of this early game. They're even taking the purple buff now. This might be even more one-sided than the game before. And that game before had a 4-0 Moskov in the gold lane.
I guess you could look at the silver lining for Sunshine and Bushido Wildcats as he has yet to fall. Although Contemper might be the next one here on the docket. Yeah, he will be. He's going to be able to drag this out for quite some time, but in the end, he's just going to get taken out here by Bushido. They're going to have to convert this into something, but the thing is the kill happened way earlier.
Yeah.
That there's a chance that even if Bushido gets this tower, Fut might just punish them for it. Oh, they're not even going to be able to take it.
Oh, not even. And they forced the flicker. They used the flicker, I mean, on the Uranus. I mean, 0-3. While that's happening, RX is the one able to get the trade. Oh my, now they're poising to get another kill. Will not overly dive. Gonna be waiting for the Lord. She will spawn in 42 seconds from now. When the Harley is taking out the bars of Numb, the glue, the roam. That should be tanky enough, but Kazue is just such a big threat now for the Wildcat.
Yeah, it really just looks like Fut has Bushido Wildcats' number. We're probably a Lord Fighter 2 away from this game getting capped off with a Fut Esports win and sweeping the series against Bushido Wildcats. Even if a Hail Mary arrow lands, you still have so many heroes you gotta deal with. You take out the Harley, there's still the Brody and Paquito. You take out the Paquito, there's still a Brody and a Harley. It's like layers after layers of things you gotta deal with, even if you get an Abyssal Arrow in. Nexus and Sunshine, those two seem like they're not yet in the right timing, gold-wise and resource-wise, to be able to count themselves as a considerable threat to Fut Esports. They get Lord 1 for free. Seems like they'll be able to get a healthy push in, and then they'll be able to cap it off with a Lord 2 win. Nexus gets spotted up top and just gets deleted by Psyche and RX off cam. Fut simply are better than Bushido Wildcats at this point.
And look at that, Psyche already pressuring some movements up from Wildcats up top. Holy Shield still available in the middle, but the Lord is pushing in that lane as well. Top lane can be pressured by RX, and down the bottom lane it's going to be XC. A three-pronged attack from Fut Esports, but up top they have punished RX with that stun coming out from Kirai. A much-needed victory for Bushido Wildcats, and they take out and get the shutdown onto RX.
A ray of hope. If I'm not mistaken, that should also be Bounty 2, as it is at 4 kills. Bushido Wildcats, okay, maybe they can keep playing it through. Oh, another Abyssal Arrow, but they are not going to be able to convert this right away. Even though it is Kazue, it's too risky to dive into it. That's why there being no Brody. Again, we mentioned it. There's layers upon layers of things you have to worry about if you're Bushido. But that's a start. That is something to build on if you're the team. Nexus just gets the Malefic roar for himself in the jungle.
So to take it now. XE in the middle. Oh, I mean Kazue looking for any sort of pickup right now, because they will have to wait for 80 seconds before the Lord spawns. That takedown on RX up top really slowed this game down for a little bit for Fut Esports, and will allow Bushido Wildcats to at least fight for the life. Unless this could still play, it's gonna be good. Good thing Numb stopped that from happening, as well as the models coming out from Sunshine. So now the push from the bottom still is going to continue. Fut Esports to claim that inhibitor, which happens to be the opposite lane of the upcoming Lord.
And what if Melissa just makes some magic again? What if Fut Esports are not ready to deal with this Melissa during a siege? They are relatively close to mid-range. There's no actual like long-range bomb. They have a strong dive in the Harley to access the back, to potentially split them open. Get Blotsfed to enter with a Flicker Wrath of Dryad, and just get XE and RX to focus on the base. But even then, there's like a lot of steps to take in a team fight. Let's see if they can drag this out long enough, Bushido Wildcats, to prove us wrong, to prove Fut Esports wrong, and to force out a game number 3. Definitely, it might not be the time just now, because even Kazua is melting the Uranus like that. And the Lord is going to be up. Maybe Bushido can hold on just one more defense. And if they get some kills without losing any bodies, then they might be able to set themselves up for a comeback.
A lot of ifs. I mentioned Renmar, but that is just the only way to approach this for Fut Esports. They really have to find something out of nothing, and so far, Bushido Wildcats are going to be losing this fight. Sunshine taken out, and they might even lose more. They have taken out Blotsfed, but their Uranus is slowly being melted down. A punch from XC is going to be enough. Kirai wants to go for a bit, but he's getting taken out. They're raced by this Harley, and they will be able to take out one. Take them to the grave, but then again, there's still Fut Esports with a lot of minions and a lot of firepower as they look to end this series 2-0. A dominant performance coming up from Fut Esports.
Bushido could only deal with the ifs and maybes, but Fut